Here's why Janelle Brown always felt Meri was disconnected from the sister wives family. It's no surprise that Janelle Brown and Meri Brown didn't always see eye to eye. In earlier episodes of Sister Wives, the two women would often butt heads over family ideas. Janelle once noted that she chose to keep far away from Meri. But in the newest episode, the mother of 6 opened up even more about Meri and how she would often feel disconnected from the polygamous family. Meri Brown and Janelle Brown had a massive feud. Sister Wives viewers learned early on that Janelle was once married to Meri's brother, Adam Barber. The plot thickens in this incestual group. Janelle's mother was married to Kody Brown's father at the time, making them step-siblings. Yikes, this family tree can get confusing fast. Janelle wasn't married long, only from 1988 to 1990. However, she met Kody in 1989 while she was still married. Janelle always claimed she had an intense connection to Kody, and throughout the season, the pair definitely seemed like soulmates. Janelle even attended Meri and Kody's wedding in 1990. In the family's book Becoming Sister Wives, fans got their first glimpse at the feud between Meri and Janelle. The duo never developed a true friendship, but Janelle and Kody connected on a cerebral level. That kind of reads as if she was calling Meri dumb, but that could just be my interpretation. The book notes that Meri and Janelle often become embroiled in intense fights. Meri even admitted that she was harsh and aggressive toward her sister wife. Needless to say, the pair never got on the same page, and they had a frosty relationship for years. Janelle Brown opens up about the family disconnect. Now that Janelle and Meri have both left Kody in the dust, the mother of 6 is opening up more about her polygamous family. While speaking on the Reality Life with Kate Casey podcast, Janelle noted that there had always been a disconnect with spouses, especially when it came to the patriarch's first wife. Janelle shared, "I mean, she and Robyn were always pretty close." Janelle seemed to understand why Meri pulled away. She shared, "I do think when Leon left the house, and she was an empty nester before we were, she started to develop a lot more interest outside of the family. Because yeah, she had time." But according to Janelle, Kody's first wife had a close alliance with his fourth. She noted, "But I know she and Robyn were always pretty close to a lot of things. So I don't know if she was separate. I mean, she and Kody had been estranged for many, many years." Meri touched on her failed marriage with Kody in the latest episode. She stated, "I feel very peaceful about our situation, but he doesn't. Some of the things that he's saying are really, really, really mean. He clearly has a lot of internal feelings that he still needs to work on here." Janelle Brown claims Kody Brown has changed. The Sister Wives star also brought up how Kody has morphed into someone she doesn't know. For the last few seasons, fans have watched Kody turn from a jovial man into quite the Scrooge. The father of 18 takes everything personally and feels as if his children have betrayed him. He no longer had room in his heart for his first 3 wives, eventually pushing them to the side. Janelle told the host, "He's changed. We all change. We all evolve, but I just don't recognize this guy." Janelle laughed as she said, "I don't know who this guy is. He is not the man I married all those years ago. And I'm probably not either. It just happens." For a woman scorned, Janelle is so understanding, which I think shows her character. While Kody is out bashing his wives, Janelle has kept the moral high ground. When asked what changed for Kody, his second wife noted, "I don't know. Turning 50 was a big deal for him. Sometimes, people realize they want more. But he did. He has changed for sure." As for Janelle, she is moving forward in a positive light. She recently moved to North Carolina and started a farm with her daughter. The Sister Wives franchise, which chronicles the lives of Kody Brown and his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, has captivated viewers for over a decade. The reality TV show provides a rare and often intimate glimpse into the complexities of polygamy, offering audiences a look at the unique and often difficult dynamics within a plural marriage. Throughout the seasons, one relationship that has garnered significant attention is that between Janelle Brown and Meri Brown. While all of Kody's marriages have faced their share of challenges, the relationship between Janelle and Meri has always stood out due to its perceived emotional distance and tension. Despite sharing a life under the same roof, with Kody at the center of their polygamous union, Janelle has consistently felt that Meri has been disconnected from the larger family unit. In fact, Janelle has publicly acknowledged her struggle to form a close bond with Meri, a sentiment that has been widely discussed by fans and commentators alike. But what is at the root of this perceived disconnect? Why has Janelle always felt that Meri was distant or emotionally unavailable, even as they both navigated the complexities of life in a plural marriage? To understand this dynamic, it's important to look at the history of their relationship, the challenges Meri and Janelle have faced individually, and the ways in which their personalities and life choices have influenced their interactions over the years. The early years, a shared life in polygamy. When Janelle and Meri Brown first became part of Kody Brown's family, they were both relatively young women in their early 20s, navigating the expectations and complexities of plural marriage. Meri, the first wife, had been married to Kody for several years before Janelle entered the picture. At the time, their family unit was still in its infancy, and the challenges of polygamy, balancing multiple relationships with one man, raising children in a large, blended family, and managing the demands of each individual marriage, were still taking shape. Janelle, who had grown up in a polygamous family herself, was familiar with the lifestyle and had entered the marriage with Kody with a clear sense of what to expect. She often emphasized that her approach to plural marriage was pragmatic. She wanted to build a solid family unit, provide a stable environment for her children, and form a deep emotional connection with Kody, but without compromising her independence. Janelle's down-to-earth, rational approach to life made her a steady presence in the family, and she often served as a stabilizing force during times of stress or upheaval. Meri, on the other hand, came from a different background and had a much more emotional, idealistic view of marriage. As Kody's first wife, she initially expected to be the central figure in his life, and her feelings of isolation deepened when Kody began courting Janelle. Their relationship was marked by subtle tensions, as Meri struggled with the idea of sharing Kody's attention and affection with other women. For Meri, plural marriage was not just a family structure, it was an emotional and spiritual bond that she had always viewed as sacred, and she felt that Kody's relationship with Janelle challenged the foundation of their marriage. In the early years of their shared lives, it was clear that Janelle and Meri's personalities were different, and these differences would eventually lead to a growing emotional distance between the two women. Where Janelle was grounded and focused on building a functional family, Meri was more emotionally invested in her relationship with Kody and felt that her position as the first wife should come with certain privileges and attention. The struggles of a sister wife, emotional and spiritual disconnect. Over the years, the distance between Janelle and Meri continued to widen, with the women often seen in the background of family events, rather than engaged in deep, meaningful conversations with one another. Janelle herself has admitted in several interviews that she often felt left out of Meri's emotional world. Meri is someone who is very much in her own head and often works through her feelings on her own, Janelle has said. That's just not who I am. I'm someone who talks things out and processes my emotions with the people around me. Janelle's pragmatic approach to relationships, which often emphasizes stability, teamwork, and practicality, starkly contrasts with Meri's tendency toward introspection and emotional processing in solitude. For Janelle, this made it difficult to form a deep bond with Meri, especially since their communication styles were so different. Janelle valued transparency and openness, while Meri was more guarded and often kept her emotions to herself, even from the other wives. This divide was compounded by the challenges both women faced in their individual marriages to Kody. While Janelle and Kody's relationship had an overall sense of mutual respect and understanding, Meri struggled to maintain her position as Kody's first wife, especially when he began courting other women. This insecurity played a significant role in the emotional disconnect between Meri and the other wives, including Janelle. Meri's sense of feeling sidelined and neglected by Kody, especially in the early years of the marriage, created a rift that was difficult for her to overcome. In contrast, Janelle often took a more practical approach to the dynamics of plural marriage. She was able to compartmentalize her emotional needs and focus on her role as a co-parent and partner. As a result, Janelle's relationship with Kody, while not without its challenges, remained relatively stable. However, Meri's emotional volatility made it difficult for her to fully embrace the family dynamic, and Janelle often felt left out of Meri's internal world. The break in their friendship, Meri's affair and its fallout. The relationship between Meri and the rest of the family took another turn in 2015, when it was revealed that Meri had engaged in an online catfishing scandal, in which she was duped into an emotional affair with someone she believed to be a man named Sam Cooper. The fallout from this affair sent shockwaves through the sister wives' family, as it revealed a level of emotional turmoil that Meri had been hiding from everyone. Janelle was deeply affected by the scandal, as she had always viewed Meri as someone who was strong and capable, despite their emotional distance. For Janelle, the affair highlighted the emotional isolation Meri had been experiencing in her marriage to Kody, and it deepened her feelings of disconnect from her sister wife. Meri had always been so guarded and private, Janelle said in a confessional. I never understood why she kept so much to herself, but now I see that there were a lot of things she was going through that none of us knew about. In the aftermath of the affair, Meri's relationship with Kody was strained, and she struggled to rebuild trust within the family. Janelle's reaction to the situation was one of disappointment but also empathy. While she understood that Meri's emotional needs had been neglected, Janelle also felt that Meri had not been forthcoming with her feelings. I think Meri has always felt like she's been left out of the family, Janelle explained. But I also think she didn't know how to communicate that, and that's made it hard for us to really connect with her on a deeper level. The emotional fallout from the affair had a profound impact on Meri's relationship with the entire family, but particularly with Janelle. As Meri retreated further into herself, Janelle felt increasingly distanced from her sister wife, and their emotional connection seemed to become more fractured. The affair marked a turning point in their relationship, as Janelle began to question whether Meri was truly invested in the family dynamic or if she was emotionally detached from the group as a whole. Meri's struggles with her role in the family. Despite the tumultuous events surrounding Meri's affair, the emotional distance between her and Janelle continued to persist in the years that followed. Janelle has acknowledged that while she tried to reach out to Meri, the latter's response was often muted or distant. I always felt like Meri didn't want to be part of the group, Janelle said in an interview. She's always had a hard time fitting in, and I think that's something that's been difficult for her to reconcile. For Meri, her role as the first wife has been a source of both pride and pain. As the woman who Kody initially chose to marry, she has long felt a sense of ownership over the family, but also a deep sense of alienation. Over the years, as Kody's relationships with his other wives grew, Meri's place in the family became less defined, and this sense of displacement likely contributed to her emotional distance. Meri's struggles with self-esteem, jealousy, and feeling overlooked within the family have been well documented on the show, and these issues undoubtedly played a role in the growing disconnect between her and Janelle. Additionally, Meri's desire for emotional validation, coupled with her inability to express her needs clearly to the other wives, has created a sense of isolation.